Well, what is up, everybody? Happy Saturday to you all. Mike here, Flying B Cards and Breaks. We are doing a special break tonight, one that I have been looking forward to a lot this week. We have our 10-box throwback break, all right? We got all boxes that are basically 10 years or older in this break. A lot of stuff that you don't get much of nowadays, hard to find. And yeah, super stoked for this. Like, we got some in the game stuff from back in 03, 04, like Between the Pipes, memorabilia, some, what else we got? We got Panini Zenith in there, the Update Series, Upper Deck Be a Player Portraits, which is the second year season for Crosby and Ovechkin. So a lot of fun stuff coming up in this break. So super stoked. And thank you, as always, to everybody who grabbed spots. I know a lot of you were excited about this as well, as it is something completely different from what we normally rip. So let's pull some heat tonight. And again, thank you for jumping in. Just before we get started, I'm just dropping our tags, all right? Just letting everybody know that we're live for this one. And then I will read out the team list as well, just in case anybody missed the teams that they ended up with. So just bear with me here for that. And if you're watching live as well, let me know in the chat, please. Always fun knowing who's along for the live ride. Boom. Hopefully that worked for you all. Okay, just one quick note. We do have a couple other breaks open still as well. If they fill, they will break tonight. They are all on hand, okay? We have our 2-box break of CHL. That's the double break. So 2 boxes, 25, 26 CHL. Each spot taken gets you 2 random teams. And that one is only $12 a spot, or 3-spot deal for $30. Then we have our 5-box MVP new release break. That's the new 26, 27 MVP break. Again, 5 boxes in that one, only $20 a spot, or 3-spot deal for $57. And then we threw up a special 8-box mixer. That's going to be our final break of the week. I was not originally planning to post anything new, but I had a few people ask for one more big break since I was not able to make it up to the card show today, and I am in the break room. So that is up right now. So you guys can claim teams in that. It is a fun break. It's got mostly 25, 26 product, SPA, O-Pee-Chee Platinum, Series 2 Extended, Leaf Metal, Ingrained Icons. We also have a 24, 25 Ice. That is a Celebrini Hunt, Rookie Hunt box in there. And the Sharks are the giveaway team, all right? Okay, without further ado, let's get into these boxes here. I'll read out the team list for you all. And give one last shot here for any team trades if anyone wants to swap their teams. So here is the lineup for this one. We've got Anaheim for Richard, Graham, Boston, Buffalo for Stefan, Calgary for Greg, Ethan, Carolina, Tim, Chicago, Clay, the Avalanche, Blue Jackets for Kent, Dallas for Sue, Clay, the Wings, Oilers for Derek, Brian, Florida, LA for Brad, Minnesota for Kent, Graham the Canadiens, Trev the Preds, Brad the Devils, Islanders for John, Evan the Rangers, Glenn the Sens, Flyers for Caleb, Tim the Pens, Blues for Glenn, Evan the Sharks, Lightning Evan, Leafs for Brian, Chris the Utah Mammoth, Coyotes spot. Actually, well, there would be no Utah because this is all old stuff, so this is all going to be Coyotes. Canucks for Bob, Evan, the Caps, and then the Winnipeg Jets spot, and any Atlanta Thrashers cards for John. Hey man, how are you? Thanks for tuning in over on the YouTube side. Okay. Let's rock and roll here. This is going to be a fun one. Again, a lot of these boxes were ones that I opened a lot of back in the day. I would say my heyday of collecting. I loved all the Pacific stuff as well. Again, I'm going to try to get some of that in as well, but that's been much harder to find. And especially the Panini stuff too. Again, Panini, if you find it, it's usually just insanely priced. And I try to find stuff that I can at least get for a decent amount. But again, these older products are just a lot harder to get. So let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Our first box that we are going to start with is 0102 Update Series. Okay, this is an in-the-game product. So chances at patch cards, I believe autos. It says right here, you can see some of the stuff that you can find. They've got the Tough Customers, Game Used Double Jerseys, the emblems, the Mass Signature Series, autographs, just to name a few. Hey Peyton, how are you? Bob, Van for Washington. Naeem, hey, how are you? Sorry, I know you probably were at the card show this weekend. Were you there already today, Naeem? Or planning to go? I was very disappointed. I was not able to make it up because of the fire that's going on right now. And they have been extending the evacuation area further and further. It is a very, very sad situation. So anybody affected by the fire, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Oh, you were there this morning. Okay. Yeah, because the Highway 97 is closed. So certainly disappointed. But hopefully the next show, I'm sure there'll be another one in the fall at some point or winter. And barring any setbacks, we will be at that for sure. But I am planning on, after this break here, to throw up some cards that I had along. Okay? So, cards that would have been at the show, I will be posting some of those up either later this evening or tomorrow. Bob, Van for Washington, was that a confirmed trade? I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that comment. Or is that a trade offer, Van for Washington? Let me just see here. I'm not sure if Evan is live. I know Evan is... driving right now, so I'm not sure if he's alive to comment if that was a confirmed trade. So, yeah, if Evan, if you are interested, Bob is offering Washington for Vancouver. Okay? Washington for Vancouver is on the table. All right. I can still make that change at any point as well if you guys do decide on something. All right. We have our first mask. And it looks like this is going to be for the San Jose Sharks, Mika Kiprasov. That's a cool card, the masks. Mika Kiprasov for San Jose. So these are basically the decoy cards that they have in them. Back then you could get points for them. And of course these cards are going to be all over the place here. And this appears to be a Martin Erat rookie. No games played. Martin Erat for Nashville. Vaclav Pletka, also no NHL games played for the Flyers. Sebastian Charpentier, rookie for Washington. And what do we got here? We've got a... No, that's not a rookie. Oh, we got our first dual jersey. Tough customers, Darren Langdon and Joey Tetarenko. Tough customers, Darren Langdon and Joey Tetarenko. So this is between Carolina and Florida. Carolina and Florida. Yeah, Erat was a decent pull back then. If I ever get any nice Pacific stuff, all right. I will definitely do that. So a nice patch there. Again, what we'll do for these ones that have multiple teams, I will run a random. So this one was between Carolina and Florida, and they are different people. So I'll put those aside, and we will make sure those find a home at the end. Martin Prusek, rookie for the Ottawa Senators. Mark Hardigan, rookie for Atlanta. Lucas Krajicek for Florida, rookie. Another rookie, this is Mike Farrell for Washington. Mike Farrell. Yeah, these are a bit frustrating given that there's cards every which way. Carol Pilar, rookie for the Leafs. A Parkhurst rookie, Sebastian Santomo for the Leafs. Nico Kapanen, rookie for Dallas. And obviously those are not going to be rookies. I know, Naeem, you're probably on the hunt for lots of unique cards from the Preds days. With Jordan Tutu. But yeah, I used to open so many boxes of Pacific. It was titanium and all those cool products back in the day. It was actually awesome. This is a cool little story. Back at my high school, right across the street, there was a card shop. Literally across the street from the high school. So every day on my lunch break, guess where I was? That was where I was hanging out at the card shop. It was a lot of fun. Okay, we've got a auto for the St. Louis Blues, Mark Rycroft. St. Louis Blues auto, Mark Rycroft. Yes, we can put this up for now. And I'll take it down after. Christian Huselius, rookie for Florida. Jesse Buhler-Ice for the Flyers, rookie. Eric Maloche, rookie for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Got another mask. This one is Eddie Belfour for Chicago. Crown Royale, yeah, that was awesome. Man, I'd love to see the license not be stuck for one company like Upper Deck. I would love to see them open that up again where multiple companies can produce cards. I think it'd be so awesome. You'd see a better quality control as well as there's more competition. Todd Roloff, rookie for the Caps. And they were just such cool cards back in the day. Nicholas Hagman, rookie for Florida. Another Hagman rookie. And I think we have a numbered card coming up here. This is a rookie Tony Verda for Minnesota. And we've got a Marcel Hossa for Montreal, number 16 out of 100. For Montreal, Marcel Hossa out of 100. And if you never opened up some of these older products before, you're going to be in for a surprise in the 02-03 memorabilia box. Some of you might know what's coming in those. But don't spoil it for those who are new to these older boxes. Mike Weaver for Atlanta, Ricky. Ryan Flynn, Ricky. Sebastian Santomo, Ricky, for the Leafs. Eric Cole, Ricky, for Carolina. Not bad. Eric Cole, solid player. Many years played in the league. And we got an auto. This one here is Camille Piros for Atlanta. Interesting auto on that. It's got a gold pen that he used. Camille Piros auto for the Atlanta Thrashers, Winnipeg spot. So we're opening 06-07 Be a Player Portraits. We got 07-08 Between the Pipes, 03-04 Memorabilia, 02-03 Panini Zenith from 2010-11. We've got Between the Pipes. What's the other one? It's a more current one. I think it's 12-13 Tough Guys Series 2. And then we got 15-16 Series 2 at the end that we're going to finish it off with. Just too many boxes for me to all have just on the back here. I wanted to have our stands up so I could show more stuff. We got a Pavel Datsyuk rookie for the Detroit Red Wings. Nice pull there. Pavel Datsyuk. Nice hit. Ilya Bryzgalov rookie for the Ducks. Radek Martinek, Ricky for the Islanders. That is no, that's not a rookie. All right, final stack here. Final stack of packs from box number 1, the update series. It's hard to remember all of the different rookies from all these different years, but I did forget that Datsyuk was one of them. Hey Josh, how are you, man? That is a rookie, Olivier Michaud for Montreal. Ryan Tobler, rookie for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, we got a couple cards stuck together here. And we have a numbered Marty McInnis, 130 out of 200 for the Boston Bruins. Marty McInnis for Boston. Ty Conklin rookie for the Oilers. Tyler Arneson for the Hawks rookie. Jeff Gilson rookie for the Sharks. Yeah, I gotta admit, it's been pretty stressful since yesterday. Neil Little rookie for the Flyers. Nathan Perrott rookie for the Preds. I wonder if this is a rookie for Vancouver. Yes, it is. Alex Auld, rookie for the Vancouver Canucks. Alex Auld. Danny Heatley, rookie as well for Atlanta. Danny Heatley, rookie. And is this another rookie for Pavel Datsyuk? Yes, it is. Pavel Datsyuk. Another Datsyuk rookie for the Detroit Red Wings. Good start for them. Stephen Weiss rookie for the Florida Panthers. Scott Nickel for the Calgary Flames rookie. And our last one is... No, that's just a base. All right. Okay. That was our first box. Next up, we'll do 02-03 memorabilia. I remember opening lots of these back in the day. Okay, so Evan's sitting on his teams. Okay. Yeah, awesome when you land the PC team. All right, so... like I said, if you've never opened any of these before, this is pretty cool. So these ones came with a special Stanley Cup. And we have our Stanley Cup for the Montreal Canadiens, Frank Mahovlich. So mini Stanley Cups. This is going to go to Montreal. And the Montreal Canadiens in this break was Graham. Congrats, Graham. Cool pull for you. Frank Mahovlich Cup. Let's put that up there for now. Yeah, so they had 40 different Stanley Cup players you could get. So you got like Johnny Bower, Tim Horton, Beliveau. It's pretty cool. If you look, they did this in order from 63 onward till 2002 when they put out this product. So they made one cup for each year. Very cool. Like even got Lemieux on there, Yzerman, Hasek, Waugh. What I do find a little bit interesting is they do not have a Gretzky. There was no Gretzky Cup made. I can tell already these are going to be a bit more difficult to get through because the cards are kind of sticking together a little bit. Which we've seen that often with some of the older Upper Deck products as well. So I'll try my best to get through these carefully. Yeah, we're probably going to have to do these one pack at a time, just how stiff some of these are. Okay, we've got a big deal. Jeremy Roenick, Alexei Zhamnov. So we got some multi-team cards here. Peter Sikora and Oleg Tverdovsky, big deal. Put those aside. If we get any doubles, I'll make sure each team gets one. Yeah, these are all stuck together here. That's going to be a bit more of a challenge. I don't want to bend anything either. And we have a rookie for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Alexander Svitov, rookie. So they had this sort of update offer thing in there. Like the cards are in good shape. They're just a little bit stiff and stuck together here. So, but okay. So yeah, thanks, Naeem. So yeah, Spezza, Hemschke, Nash, Bouwmeester, Zetterberg, some decent rookies in here. Big deal. Nice one, Johnny Busick and Terry Sawchuk. And Cody, I think that's a little TMI there. Now I know what you're getting at. Oh, man. What do we got here? We got a Jumbo Joe. Franchise players, Joe Thornton. Got another rookie coming up here. Stanislav Chistov. Stanislav Chistov for the Anaheim Ducks. So there are numbered variants of these as well, so I am keeping an eye out for those. We got another big deal. John LeClair and Mark Recchi. All right, nothing crazy in those first few packs. So these ones you typically get one memorabilia per box. So hopefully we pull a big Legends memorabilia piece. Franchise players, Owen Nolan. There is a card stuck on the back of this here. Danny Briere, base. And I think we have our first numbered card here. And it is going to be for the Florida Panthers. Christian Huselius, number 3 out of 100. Christian Huselius, 3 out of 100 for Florida. Christian Huselius. And we do have an Ales Hemsky rookie. Ales Hemsky for the Oilers. That was one of the bigger chasers back then. So of all these older products, what's everyone's favorite? For those of you who are big into the older stuff, what was your favorite product to open? I'd love to know. Franchise players, Pavel Bure for the Rangers. These are this way. We've got another franchise players, Alexei Yashin for the Islanders. So if there is interest, I have another. I think I have one more of each of these boxes except the Be a Player autograph box. So I was thinking maybe we can run it back again next week as well if there's interest in another one of these. I know quite a few people said that they missed out and they'd love to be in on one of these throwback breaks. So if there is interest sometime next week, I can throw up that next one of them. And I'll have to just throw in a different box in place of the Be a Player autograph one. Big deal, Adam Oates and Jason Allison. A bit of a chore getting through these. My apologies. I'm just trying to take care of the cards still without damaging anything. Big deal, Denis Savard and Chris Chelios. Oh, 304 Premier. Man, yeah, that was a nice product. Upper Deck had some great stuff back in the day as well. They really did. But yeah, any Upper Deck stuff, same as like Panini, is almost, it's like just untouchable price-wise. Like some of the people are asking, like $1,000 on some of these boxes. It's just a bit much. But every once in a while, you find some that pop up somewhere. Someone auctions some off or something, and you can get a decent price on them. Another big deal, Billy Guerin. Bill Guerin. Oh, this is Bill Guerin on Boston and Dallas. You got Bill Guerin on both. Another rookie coming up here. And it is going to be Scotty Upshall. He He was a solid player. Scotty Upshaw for Nashville. Rookie. And I think we might have our memorabilia card coming up here. Carlo Koliakovo rookie. A Bury Rangers base. Yes, send me a reminder, Evan, via DM, okay? So I don't forget. All right, we got an all-star jersey, Milan Hajduk. All right, that is going to go to the Colorado Avalanche spot. All-star jersey, Milan Hajduk. This one there, Milan Hajduk. Take down, let's take heater down. Milan Hajduk, all-star jersey for Colorado. And that's going to go to Clay. Hopefully a little PC hit there for you. Another big deal. It is Brian Berard and Felix Potvin. Big Bert base. Another franchise players, Chris Pronger for the Blues. Yeah, it would be nice to pull some Jordan Tutu, absolutely. Hopefully not every box is going to be like this. Otherwise, this is going to be quite the slog to get through these with everything being stuck together. Another rookie coming up here. It's Jordan Leopold. Jordan Leopold for the Calgary Flames, rookie. Dave Ondrechuk and Brian Ralston, big deal. That's not a rookie. We got a Marty Brodeur for New Jersey, franchise players. Just take a little bit at a time here. What do we got here? A rookie for the Coyotes, Jeff Taff. Number 170 out of 200. 170 out of 200 rookie, Jeff Taff for the Coyotes. And you know what? I got to say, there's a lot of names that... Jay Bouwmeester rookie for the Florida Panthers. A lot of names I haven't heard in a while. And some oddball rookies, too, that probably only played a couple of games in the NHL. Like, I don't think Jeff Taff did much, because I don't remember much of him. They're the decoy cards, Evan. So that's what they used as the decoys back in the day, so that people wouldn't pack search for the memorabilia hits. Big deal. We've got Brendan Shanahan and Keith Primo. So yeah, they had points. They were like a point system. So it was like he shoots, he scores, and it was a redemption offer. So these were, if you collected enough of these, I think you could send it in for a set of some sort. Be a player? You like Be a Player, Kirk? Awesome. But yeah, they were just redemption decoy cards that they put in. Next up, we've got a Guy Lafleur and Sergei Zubov, big deal. A Patrick Waugh and Jocelyn Thibault, big deal. There's another Bure. You might want that one if you want the base, Evan. I was hoping we get lucky and get a bonus memorabilia, but it's not looking like it. We got Paul Kariya, franchise players for the Ducks. And that is that box. So nothing too crazy, unfortunately, in box number 2. But nice Stanley Cup there for Montreal. Frank Mahovlich. Going to the Montreal spot. We'll take that down. All right, let's save that Panini. Let's save the Panini one. Let's go into Between the Pipes. 07-08 is up next, okay? 07-08. Between the Pipes. I like the goalie stuff. This was always cool. Yeah, I had boxes full of that stuff back in the day. Okay, so this product will have some CHL cards as well, I believe. And maybe even the American Hockey League. So it was a mix of NHL and a little bit of everything in these. So for any hits, it will go by the team they played the majority of their career with, okay? If they're not shown what team they're part of, it will go to the team they played the majority of their career. So we got a Between the Pipes, Thomas Vokoun, Stars of the Game. The Rival League, Mike Liut, Between the Pipes. Some interesting stuff. So this is another one of these point cards. This was one of the decoys, the points. All right, we've got some Adam Dennis, Josh Eunice, Trevor McCann. Greats of the Game, Between the Pipes. Johnny Bauer. Yeah, it was. Greats of the Game, Felix Potvin. Eddie Mio, the Rival League. Devin Dubnyk, there's a notable name. Between the Pipes, Devin Dubnyk. Dan Cloutier, Stars of the Game. Another one of these points. Greats of the Game, Billy Smith. And a Tom Barrasso. The Future of Goaltending, Al Montoya. We got a Dominic Hasek, Stars of the Game. Greats of the Game, Eddie Jackaman. Pascal Leclerc, Stars of the Game. The Rival League, Bernie Parent. It's kind of cool, I believe, for the Philadelphia Blazers. That's very cool. J.S. Jaguar, Stars of the Game. And a Tony Esposito. And we've got an auto, Hannu Toivonen, authentic goalie graphs. Hannu Toivonen, that's going to go to the Boston Bruins spot. Hannu Toivonen, authentic goalie graphs. Hannu Toivonen. I do remember him being a Boston Bruin prospect. Greats of the Game, we've got John Davidson. Yeah, they're nice cards. Ryan Miller, Stars of the Game. Marty Turco. Jonas Hiller, he did end up going into the NHL. Gump Worsley. Roberto Luongo, Stars of the Game. Michael Dion, the Rival League. Marty Brodeur, Stars of the Game. Obviously, Pekka Rinne, everyone knows who that is. Gilles Graton, the Rival League. Cam Ward, Stars of the Game. We got Greats of the Game, Ron Hextall. Rivalry, John Garrett, may he rest in peace. Longtime Canucks commentator. I certainly miss him. John Garrett. That's a cool little pull there. And we got a mask. Ty Conklin. Ty Conklin, Pittsburgh Penguins mask. I love those mask cards. Those were very cool to collect back in the day. Richard Brodeur, the Rivalry League. We've got a Terry Sawchuk. Carey Price. That's a cool little hit. Carey Price. But yeah, when you're opening some of the older product, you always risk, getting some of the no-namers from back in the day. Like Hannu Toivonen, what did he play for Boston? He couldn't have played more than like 50 games or something. Yeah, that's a very cool little card there, the Carey Price. Hamilton Bulldogs. There's a Halak. Peter Budaj. Les Binkley, the Rival League. Kerry Lettinen. Jerry Cheevers. Justin Pogge. I went to school with this guy. Justin Pogge. I remember he was such a highly touted prospect for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but he couldn't make it. Could not stick it in the NHL. Justin Pogge. Between the pipes, Patrick Waugh. And there's a nice pull. Tandem threads, Patrick Waugh and Marty Brodeur. That's a cool hit. Patrick Waugh and Martin Brodeur. Tandem threads. We're going to have to do a random at the end between the Avalanche and the New Jersey Devils for that one. Cool little pull. I'll pop that up there. Waugh and Brodeur. I remember as a kid back in the day opening any stuff that was a jersey card or anything like that. I was over the moon. Over the moon for. That's a cool little hit. Grant Fuhr, greats of the game. Ray Emery. That's another guy who's sadly no longer with us. Ernie Wakely. Tim Thomas, Joe Daly. He's got his own card shop out in Winnipeg. So cool. I've actually interacted with him occasionally. And there's another one. The future of goaltending, Carey Price. Let's put that in a sleeve there. Braden Holtby. Greats of the game, Rogi Vachon. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, that is that box. All right, let's jump to... Let's see, what will we do next? Let's switch it up here. Let's go Enforcers. Let's go there. Enforcers 2. If I'm not mistaken, I think there is a Gordie Howe card in this set. That's between the Avalanche and the Devils. So I have to run a random between the Avalanche and the Devils for that one. Since it's a multi-team. All right. Let's start at the top here. We've got Downey and Fedoruk. Bloody Battles. We've got a tag teams. Louis DeBrusque and Dennis Bonvie for the Oilers. Gino, league leaders for the Vancouver Canucks. Gino Ojic. That guy was awesome. Good old Gino Ojic. Enforcers, Tiger Williams, and was it Mel Bridgman? Yep. A lot of cards have duels. Another Osgood and Waugh. Another combo with Waugh. Osgood and Waugh. Crease conflicts. And I think we might have our first jersey card. Yes, we do. Nice. Puck Stoppers, Ron Hextall for the Philadelphia Flyers. And I just need, just one sec, I just need another box of 75-point top loaders here. Cool little Hextall. Another one. It is a combatant. Ryan Vandenbush and Sean Brown. I believe that's going to be Oilers. Yeah, Oilers and Chicago. Ryan Vandenbush and Sean Brown. Combatants. Another duel. And we've got another jersey. And it's going to be another Ryan Vandenbush. Game used jersey. Instigator, Ryan Vandenbush. That's for the Chicago Blackhawks. Ryan Vandenbush. And now I think we might get into some of the autos here. First auto, Jody Shelley. Jody Shelley. He was a tough guy. Jody Shelley, so I think that's Columbus Blue Jackets uniform that he's wearing there. Jody Shelley. Cool little pull. We've got a Troy Millette or Mallet. Forcer's auto, Troy Mallet. Again, for these, I try to use the jersey if I can. Determine who it goes to. If I can't, based on the jersey, I'll again give it to the team they played the majority of their career with. Troy Mallet. Next up, Cam Connor. Cam Connor. I actually do not know who that is. Cam Connor auto. Cam Connor. All right, and one last one. Mike Hartman. Mike Hartman auto. Certainly some lesser known names, I think, unfortunately, in this box. Mike Hartman auto. Not the big name guys for autos that we wanted to get there, that's for sure. All right, let's do Panini Zenith. I've been eyeing this one up long enough. What I love about these is the box topper rip card. Okay, we discovered this the other day. I forget now if Mike's watching or not, Mike Van Horn. But you got one of these cards. So, Mike, if you are watching, there's actually a card within the card. So, let's see who this is going to be for. And whoever gets this one gets the card that's inside, since this is their card. And it's going to be Tony Esposito, Chicago Blackhawks. Very nice. And Chicago in this break is Tim. Are you live with me, Tim? There is a card inside of here. But I need your permission if you're okay with me ripping the card to get at the card inside. These are the Dare to Rip cards. So let me know. I'll put it aside for the moment here. Put it on here. And let me know if you're okay with me ripping the card. I know it seems crazy to rip that, but there is a card inside. And it could be big. All right, we have for the Montreal Canadiens, Winter Warriors, Andrei Kostitsyn. Winter Warriors. Andrei Kostitsyn for the Montreal Canadiens. I was never a big fan of the Kostitsyn brothers, to be honest. And I believe they were involved in some gang stuff or something, if I recall correctly. And we got a Jay Bouwmeester auto for the Calgary Flames. Yours truly. Calgary Flames. Yours truly. Jay Bouwmeester auto. Jay Bouwmeester. We'll pull there for Calgary. Jay Bouwmeester. He's at the beach. Okay, well, I won't open it without his permission because yeah, I don't open those cards without the permission. Because if you want to keep it sealed, that's up to you. Obviously, I'm sure everybody who's in this break would love to see what's inside, but yeah, all good, Cody. Family first. We've got a Gifted Grinders, Luke Shen, who I'm very pleased is back as a Vancouver Canuck. And a Tyler Ennis, Epics jersey, 83 out of 100 for the Buffalo Sabres. Tyler Ennis. One size thicker on that. Tyler Ennis for the Sabres. And we got another auto coming. And I believe this is a rookie for the Nashville Predators. 609 out of 999. Anders Lindback auto. Anders Lindback for the Nashville Predators. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool, Naeem. Do you still PC him, or have you moved on? And we've got a Chasing the Cup, Jonathan Toews. That's a cool little card here. Chasing the Cup for the Hawks, Jonathan Toews. And we've got a Winter Warriors, Wade Belak. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. Wade Belak. Winter Warriors for the Preds. Another one who is sadly no longer with us. Ooh, what do we got coming here? Henrik Lundqvist, red. Henrik Lundqvist, red for the New York Rangers. That's a cool pull. Stopped in 06. That's fair. All right, final three. For the New York Rangers, we've got a Zuccarello, Callahan, and Lundqvist, Mosaics, and a Tyler Seguin, rookie roll call jersey for the Boston Bruins. Rookie roll call for Boston. Tyler Seguin. I forgot that he was a rookie back then. And we've got a Carey Price, crease is the word, and a Thomas Holmstrom Winter Warriors jersey for the Detroit Red Wings. Winter Warriors, Thomas Holmstrom for Detroit. Oh, no, no! No! A redemption! Ah! A redemption. That is the last thing we want. We hit one of these the other day in the break as well. Ricky redemption. I don't know who this is for. Card number 199. Man. That sucks. That really sucks. What I will do for this, I will scratch it. Okay, I will try to submit it and see if we can still get the card. You know, in rare cases, sometimes they do still have these. The other thing is, if they don't, they'll typically just send like points, Panini points. Which I think if it's depending on who it is, it might only be like 100 points, which I don't think you can get anything on the Panini website for 100 points, unfortunately. I will put this aside, though, and I will keep everyone updated if there is anything we can get out of that. But that's certainly a bummer. All right, 0304. Memorabilia next. I hate pulling redemptions in older boxes. That always really sucks. I don't think there was a cup in these ones. Nope. All right, we're due for a monster. We need something huge. So following this, what we're going to be opening is the next Between the Pipes. Then we got 0607 Be a Player, the autograph one. And then we will do the 1516 Series 2 tin, and then finish it off with the Be a Player portraits. Come on. There we go. That would be sick. Yeah, a 2-2 parallel. All right. I forget, do these say Ricky on them for the players? Because I know back in the day, not everything had Ricky on it. And we have a variant of some sort. Yeah, 88 out of 100. Jocelyn Tebow for the Chicago Blackhawks. Jocelyn Tebow for the Hawks, number 88 out of 100. Rebert. Yes, they do say Ricky here. Okay, we've got a Boyd Gordon, Ricky, for the Caps. Boyd Gordon. And there he is, Marc-Andre Fleury, Ricky. Nice. For the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sweet. Marc-Andre Fleury. You're just talking about him there, Naeem. Nice hit. And the Pens in this break is Tim. Congrats, Tim. Marc-Andre Fleury, Ricky. We'll take down one of these Datsukes. There we go. Nice. And we got a mask. And it is Marty Turco for the Dallas Stars mask. Marty Turco. And we've got a Sandis Ozelinch. NHL starting lineup, Sandis Ozelinch. Sandis Ozelinch. This is an all-star. So I think this one will have to default to who he played the majority of his career with. I don't know off the top of my head on Sandis Ozelinch. I will look that up after. Was it Colorado that he played the majority of his career with, Clay? We've got a deep in the crease for the Detroit Red Wings. Hasek, Cujo, Manny Legacy, and Mark Lamoth. Deep in the crease. It's been a little slower on these because I want to make sure we catch all the rookies. We got a Bergeron. Nice. Patrice Bergeron rookie for the Boston Bruins. Nice one there. We're getting some of the top chasers here. Bergeron rookie. And we've got a brush with greatness. This one here, brush with greatness. Mario Lemieux for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we got an Eric Stahl rookie variant. 58 out of 200 for Carolina. So this is an Eric Stahl rookie short print for Carolina. Saw a little hit there. Carolina in this one was Ethan. Congrats. Eric Stahl out of 200. Nice little pull. We'll take that suit down if he's been up for a while. And we got another mask coming. Looks like the New York Rangers. And it is Mike Dunham. Mike Dunham mask for the New York Rangers. We certainly are hitting some of the better rookies in this box, which is good. Now let's see if we can get a 2-2. 2-2 and Burns, and then that's, I think we got the top 5. Super rookie Dustin Brown for the LA Kings. Super rookie Dustin Brown. That would be sick, a 1 of 1. Yeah, we've got a Antti Miettinen rookie. Antti Miettinen for the Dallas Stars. Jordan Tutu! There he is! For the Nashville Predators. Jordan Tutu. Nice. We got him. Jordan Tutu. Now Brent Burns. See if we can get them all. All the big boys. Brush with Greatness, Danny Heatley. For the Thrashers. And I'll just double check on the base here that we didn't miss any numbered cards. Usually they're colored though, so they're pretty easy to spot. But let's double check here. Make sure I'm grabbing the right stack here. Check some of these other ones as well here. I think we're good there. I don't see anything else. Okay, so let's see where we're going to go next. I said be a player. Sorry, not be a player, in the game. We'll go in the game, between the pipes. This is the, let's see, I think this is, what is it, 2013-14. And then we'll do the be a player auto box. So this one is going to have 8 autos. Should have 8 autos total. You don't really get any products like that anymore nowadays. 8 autos in the same box. That's funny, Clay. Love to get a big auto out of one of these, like a Patrick Waugh or a Marty Brodeur. And not another Hanu Toivonen equivalent. Greats of the game, Dan Bouchard. Game used jersey. Ah, man, another one of these. 3 colors, Patrick Bardasak. Patrick Bardasak. From the Red Deer Rebels. 3-color jersey. Patrick Bardasak. I gotta look and see if this guy ever even played any games in the NHL. Patrick Bardasak. He was selected by the LA Kings. It was drafted by LA, but it looks like he didn't actually ever get into any games. So, LA Kings there. Bardasak. And we've got a Masked Men, Matt Murray. Masked Men, Matt Murray. And another one of these. I guess this completes a puzzle of some sort. There's another one of these. Looks like Eddie Lack. And we got an auto, Tristan Jarry. Tristan Jarry for the Edmonton Oil Kings. Tristan Jarry auto, Edmonton Oil Kings. Yeah, it was a nice 3-color on that. Tristan Jarry. Edmonton Oil Kings. Another one of these. We have Immortals, Harry Lumley. Harry Lumley. Another one of these. Is it a 9-piece to have a goalie's face? Okay, cool. So like all of these together? Because they all look like they're different ones. Like that looks like it's the same. This looks like it's a different border. There must have been different players, I'm guessing, depending on the border. Another puzzle piece there. Masked Men, Jimmy Howard. Jimmy Howard, Masked Men. Another one of those. And what do we got here? We have another auto. Matt Murray. Nice. Goalie graph, Matt Murray. Matt Murray. It's a cool one there. We got 2 autos in this box. And a Steve Buzinski, Immortals, Steve Buzinski. And what do we got here? This is nice. Pack your bags. Curtis Joseph from his Toronto and Detroit Red Wings days. Pack your bags. Cujo. That's neat. Silver version. Pack your bags. Cujo. Another one again that we'll have to random off. Yeah, we'll put that there. Nice Cujo. I always enjoyed Cujo back in the day. Martin Jones, Masked Men. Martin Jones. And we got another auto. This one is Mario Gosselin. Mario Gosselin. Mario Gosselin. In there. Bit of a throwback on that hit. And now all of a sudden cards are upside down in every which way for some reason. And we got a Wayne Rutledge Immortals. Wayne Rutledge. Okay, let's do our 06-07 Be a Player next. So there is a shot, I believe, at Crosby and Ovechkin second-year autos in these. So hopefully some heat coming here. All right, good luck, everybody. Come on, let's pull some big autos. All right, our first auto is a Be a Player Signatures. Olli Jokinen. That's going to go to the Florida Panthers. Olli Jokinen. Be a Player Signatures. Olli Jokinen. Yeah, we need a monster hit. That has been lacking in these boxes. Some nice pulls, but nothing crazy. What do we got here? For the Buffalo Sabres, up close and personal, Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller, this is numbered out of 999. 126 out of 199. Ryan Miller, up close and personal for Buffalo. And our next auto for the Edmonton Oilers, Sean Horkoff. Sean Horkoff. For the Edmonton Oilers, Sean Horkoff. He's a very serviceable player for many years for the Oilers. All right, what do we got here? We've got a rookie, Kari Ramo, for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Kari Ramo, rookie. And that is numbered 825 out of 999, Kari Ramo for Tampa. And our next auto is another one for the Oilers, Patrick Thoresen. Rookie auto. Patrick Thoresen, rookie auto for the Edmonton Oilers. That's going to go to Derek. Congrats. Patrick Thoresen. A couple of back-to-back Oiler hits there. Another up close and personal, Justin Williams for Carolina. Justin Williams. And Marcus Naslund. There's a nice pull for the Vancouver Canucks. One of my favorite all-time Canuck players. Marcus Naslund. Nice pull. Marcus Naslund. Nice. Thrilled for that one. Let's throw Hextall up there. Marcus Naslund. Justin Williams. Next auto. Duels. Let's go. Come on. Duels. Marty Turco and Yuri Lettinen for the Dallas Stars. Duels. Lettinen and Marty Turco. Nice pull there for Dallas. That is going to go to Sue. Turco and Lettinen. Marty Turco, again, loved watching him. Was always out of his crease, playing the puck. Come on. Okay, what do we got here? Thomas Vanek. Profiles. Thomas Vanek profiles. And a Brian Campbell. This one is numbered out of 499, the profiles. Brian Campbell for the Buffalo Sabres auto. He was such a solid D-man for so many years. Brian Campbell for Buffalo. Why is this not going in there? Let's try a new top loader. There we go. Brian Campbell. Two more packs. We've got rookies, Jesse Schultz for the Vancouver Canucks. Jesse Schultz. Oh, man. I saw the caps, and for a second I thought we might strike it with an Ovi. Steve Eminger. Steve Eminger for the Washington Caps. Steve Eminger. So hoping we would get lucky. Get an Ovi auto. Last pack. Come on. Luc Bourdon. That's a nice pull for the Vancouver Canucks. That is very nice. Luc Bourdon, rookie. Man, I think Vancouver would have won the cup if they would have had him on the blue line. He was so talented. And our auto For the Islanders, Mike Sillinger. Mike Sillinger. For the New York Islanders, Mike Sillinger. And that is number 284 out of 999. Nice little Luc Bourdon for the Canucks. Let me put him up here for a bit. And that is the pack. Mike Sillinger. He was a Canuck for a while too. All right, we got 2 more to go here. We got our 15-16 Series 2 tin. Hunting for that McDavid Young Gun canvas. And then we'll finish it up with our Be a Player Portraits box, all right? Again, thank you to all those who've been hanging out and sticking around for this one. I know a little harder to get through some of these packs. We've got a Jumbo Pavel Datsyuk for the Red Wings. Jumbo Datsyuk. Empty tin. All right. Come on, McDavid. Let's go. All right. Plotnikov, Portrait Rickies for Pittsburgh. Tyler Randall, Young Guns for the Boston Bruins. Tyler Randall. That's going to mean no McDavid. Young Guns canvas for the Montreal Canadiens, Mike Condon. Mike Condon for Montreal. Young Guns canvas. That sucks. That sucks. Chandler Stevenson, Young Guns. No, I'm not watching Team Canada because I'm breaking, man. Young Guns Chandler Stevenson for Washington. Decent pull there. Andrew Kopp, Portrait Rickies for the Jets. Connor Brickley, Marquee Ricky for Florida. Taylor Hall canvas. Why couldn't that have been McDavid? Maybe we can get an Eichel Young Gun out of here. Yeah, it was a cool Bowmeister. Chris Dreidger for the Sens, Young Guns. Max Domi, Ricky for the Coyotes. Nikolai Goldobin, Marquee Ricky for the Sharks. And a TJ Oshie retro. Oh man, that's really too bad. Gold medal cup. I didn't even know there was a Team Canada stuff going on right now. What is the tournament? I don't know. Maybe I've been sleeping. I don't know. But oh, it's the Helinka Cup. Okay. Yeah, I honestly haven't been following it, so. All right, let's do our final box. Final box. Let's pull some heat here. Again, I really enjoy opening these. But for those of you who have been part of this break, have you been enjoying this? A little trip down memory lane, a little nostalgia. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, Matt. Let's put these up here and take these one at a time. Because again, like I said, I was thinking if there's interest to throw another one of these up next week. What I might do is tweak it just slightly and throw in maybe one or two modern boxes. So it gives it that extra chance at pulling some of the bigger rookies and such from today. Okay, well, this is going to be a nice one here to start it off with. We'll save that. Open the pack first. We've got a Portrait Premieres, Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings, Kopitar. And a jersey, Eric Nystrom, First Exposures for Calgary. Eric Nystrom, First Exposures for Calgary. And our first portrait is going to go to the Carolina Hurricanes, Cam Ward. It's a nice one. Cam Ward for Carolina going to Ethan. Congrats, Ethan. And again, if you are watching, Tim, if you happen to come on during any of the break, let me know if you're open to us opening the rip card that you hit. So we can see what's hiding inside of that. We got a double hit pack here, which was actually quite common. The double hit packs. Pull a lot of those in the boxes we've opened. Mark Stewart, Portrait Premieres. And our jersey is Wojtek Wolski for the Colorado Avalanche. Wojtek Wolski. Wojtek Wolski. All right, our first auto is going to go to the Coyotes. Keith Ballard. Former Canuck as well. Keith Ballard. For the Coyotes. And our next auto is going to go to the Florida Panthers. Nathan Horton, whose career was unfortunately ended way too soon. Brian getting this one. Nathan Horton. Congrats, Brian. Patrick O'Sullivan, Portrait Premieres, and a Petteri Nokalainen jersey. Petteri Nokalainen for the New York Islanders. All right, next auto. is going to be for the Colorado Avalanche, Marek Svatos. Marek Svatos. For the Colorado Avalanche, Marek Svatos. Leaves 3 more of these to open. Guillaume Latendresse, Portrait Premiers. Guillaume Latendresse. Jersey is Jan Denis. Jan Denis for the Montreal Canadiens. First exposures. Jan Denis. All right, our next auto was a good player for many years in the NHL, Glenn Murray. For the Boston Bruins, that is going to Graham. Congrats, Glenn Murray. Glenn Murray for the Boston Bruins. And then there were 2. And this is our special one. We'll save that for last. That's most likely our dual in there. You typically get 1 dual or more autos. And another Kopitar for the LA Kings, Portrait Premiers. Jersey card, Cam Barker. Cam Barker for the Chicago Blackhawks, who I believe lives around here. Cam Barker. First exposures. And our jersey. Or sorry, our auto, not jersey. The auto going to the Calgary Flames, Alex Tanguay. That's going to Greg. Congrats, Greg. Alex Tanguay. Alex Tanguay. Nice one there for Calgary. All right, all comes down to this now. Our final auto. Good luck, everybody. Oh, baby. We've got a triple auto coming. Jordan Staal, Portrait Premiers. And a nice Ryan Getzlaf for the Ducks. First exposures. Getzlaf, first exposures. We have a triple auto. Oh, wow, that's very cool. This is nice. Check this out. For the Calgary Flames. Going to Greg. Iginla, Kiprasov, Tanguay, number 1 out of 25. Way to go, Greg. That certainly is the biggest hit of the break so far. That is a beauty. 1 out of 25. Iggy, Kiprasov, and Tanguay. That's a very cool auto. Triple auto. Let's go. Put that right back there. What a pull. Right at the end here. In our final box. We certainly did save the best for last. Congrats, Greg. Very, very nice hit there. Okay, we do have some randoms to run here. So let me prep that here. Just give me a sec. Okay, so we need to find a home for this guy, for this guy, for this guy. Let's see what else we had. The combatant. And we got a whole whack of these. These ones, what I'll do is I'll do these by dice. And the jersey ones I will do by an actual randomizer here. So just give me a sec. But again, thank you everybody for... let's see if I can just use this. Entries. Let's use this thing. Yeah, appreciate you all joining. This was a very fun rip. So we'll start with the Vanden Bush and Sean Brown. Let's put Vanden Bush. Vanden Bush and Brown. Actually, we can probably do that for most of these. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so Vanden Bush and Brown. And that is going to be Vanden Bush. All right, so the first card, the combatants, goes to Vanden Bush. Just going to make note of that here. So I'll have to check my video afterwards. Duel. Vanden Bush. Okay, so we got that one. Next up, we'll do the Patrick Waugh and Marty Brodeur. So good luck. Let's do this way. Okay, here we go. Ooh, what the heck? My apologies. I just accidentally exited that. Shoot. Let's do this again. It didn't end on anything, so let's try this again. And that is going to go to New Jersey. New Jersey, and this one was Brad. Congrats. Sorry to the Avs. Waugh and Brodeur going to the Devils. Okay, what do we got next? We got the Cujo duel for, it looks like, Leafs in Detroit. Let's do this. Leafs. Wings. This again. And that is going to go to Detroit. That's going to go to Clay. Congrats, Clay. You win the Cujo. Pack your bags. Will do, Naeem. Okay, so I'm just going to work down. So the other one was Brodeur. And this one, duel. Joseph going to Detroit. Next up, we got the tough customers, Darren Langdon and Tedorenko. And that's going to go to Tedorenko, which is Florida. So the tough customer is going to Florida. right. What do we got next? Osgood Wah. Here, for those, I'll do the dice roll. It's just much quicker than inputting these all in here. Okay, so let me grab my dice. Okay, Osgood Wah. We'll say even numbers, Osgood. Odd numbers will be Wah. Okay? We've got a 5 that's going to the Avs. So Osgood and Wah going to the Avs. Next up, we've got the Enforcers, Williams and Bridgman. Odd for Williams, even for Bridgman. Another 5. That's going to go to Williams. Which I believe on this one is what, Toronto? Yep. That's his Toronto days. Williams duel. Next up, we've got Downey and Fedoruk. Which... Downey and Fedoruk. So we'll say odd numbers are Downey, even Fedoruk. We got a 3, so that one's going to go to Downey. All right, next up, we've got the Wah and Thibault. Wah even, Thibault odd. Got a 4, so that's going to go to Wah. Next up, we've got Lafleur and Zubov. Lafleur even, odd, Zubov. Got a 1, so that's going to go to the Rangers. Zubov. Next up is Shanahan and Primo. We'll go Wings, Shanahan, odd, which leaves even for Primo. 1, so that's going to go to the Wings, Shanahan. One, Ondrechuk and Ralston. Ralston even. Ondrechuk odd. Ralston, that's going to Boston. All right, got a few more of these. Okay, Leafs. Leafs and the Islanders. Leafs even, odd Islanders. Odd Islanders, so that's Felix Potvin. Another one, Stars, Boston. Boston even. Odd for the Stars. Give that to the Stars. That's Billy Guerin. A lot of these. You know what? To make this easy, we got a lot of these left. What I'm going to do, okay? This is what I'm going to do for the rest of these, since we've got 6 of these. I'm going to make the left side odd and the even side even. Or man, my brain is getting tired. Left side odd, right side even for all the remaining cards here, okay? And we've got even. So that's going to go to the right side. Okay, right side for these cards, that's going to be Chelios, Jason Allison, Mark Recchi, Johnny Busick, Oleg Tverdovsky, and Alexei Zhamnov. Okay. All right. I believe that's it. I think that was all of our dual cards. If I happen to find any other ones, I'll make sure those get randomed as well. But again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. This was a blast to open. Really, really fun rip. And again, we might see you guys later tonight. If any of our other breaks close up, we will break them tonight. the CHL break, the MVP break, and our 8-box mixer, okay, that has the San Jose Sharks as the giveaway team. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll hopefully see you again in a bit. Cheers.